come check out my new merch store on Society 6. Find the link in the description down below. Hello everybody and welcome back to Analog Vernacular. Today we're going to be playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We've got some main story that we're going to be working on today, and just so everybody knows, this episode is also one that is completely post-commentary. Gigi said you go out at nighttime. Is there a reason for that? Must be kind of inconvenient in the dark. Well, in the daytime I'm usually helping out Grandma at the shop, so it's hard for me to make friends because of that. The only person I get to talk to is Gigi. He's a customer in the shop. Also, I get better inspiration for my puzzles at night. So yeah, we are having to do a bit of post-commentary here because, well, I had a problem with OBS where it lost track of which device was my audio interface. So since I didn't catch that for a long time, we're just having to do this. Not that big of a deal. It's a waste of time, in my opinion. Well, it's not really a waste of time, but it is wasted time for me because I'm basically having to do twice as much work doing the post-commentary, but if things are a little bit more sparse, that's why. So there will be less commentary than usual. I've been waiting for you. Ship is steady ready. I'm counting on you to bust out and bring back Gondor. You're counting on us? Count on yourself. You're coming too, aren't you? This isn't the Lost Numbers only job right now, you know. I think you should be plenty capable of carrying it out yourselves, but if you want me there, I'll go. Just for the journey, mind. The infiltration is your job. Jansen, you're in charge of the infiltration. Understood. Try not to drag us down, Ouroboros. Yeah, as if we would. Worry about yourself. We can take care of ourselves. Salmon, tell us the route. Meh? Meh. As said before, you cross along Arethia Sea on good ship boundary, then go to prison direct underneath castle. Ah, good. Right through the fog. But here's detail of importance. Even if I'll get there without bumps and bruises, island is surrounded by tall cliff on all sides. Boundary only run over water. After that, friends will need proceed under own strength. So we just have to do our best to climb up the cliffs without getting rumbled? Well, if we can climb up them just by doing our best, then that's great, but first, it can't be done. If the prison's in Agnus Castle, then it's going to be more heavily guarded than any old colony. Right on the money. Before you head for the prison, rendezvous with a soldier hiding on a nearby Vinisog home. Her name's Kasame. She's the only soldier who managed to escape from Hope's Rest. If we learn about how she managed to escape, then we can use that information in our infiltration. Is that right? Vinisog home is on the way anyway, so rather than fiddle with janky comms, I thought it'd be best to go there and chat. Yeah, makes sense. That's all I've got to say. Get everything ready for departure. Okay. Alrighty doodles, goodest of luck to friends. Wait, are you not piloting us, Mr. Salmon? Salmon is tired after long night of work. Please do not overwork poor Salmon. So, who is our pilot then? Pilot is inside you all along. Salmon can send information of direction to any iris, so anyone who wants a pilot can fulfill dream. But however, if break boundary is punishable by mega spankings. I'm sorry, but no, Salmon, you will not be spanking anybody in my party. Wings off, bro. Yeah, we get it. Wings off. Fine, Riku will volunteer for pilot. Is that okay? It's easier than working Levnus. Riku was our mechanic back in the colony. He's good with stuff like this. I trust him to lead us right. Sure, it'll be fine. We'll do our best. This Gondor person in prison is our key to finding the whereabouts of the true queens? We have to pull this off. I wonder why he has that information. Why is he the only person who knows about the true queens and where they're at? The castle beckons. Standard quest activated. Let's go. Piloting the boundary. Press A near the boundary to board it. Accelerate with ZR, reverse with B, and turn with L. Hold A to disembark anywhere at any time. We are getting a boat, ladies and gentlemen, to cross the waters with. I was not expecting this, although I probably should have, because I do believe that this was shown in a pre-release clip.
Come on.
I can't remember if it was a trailer or the Nintendo Direct or what, but I remember seeing this boat actually being piloted. So I should have known this was coming, but I didn't remember. So this was a very big surprise for me, and a welcome one at that. Good stuff. And here we go, and this is where I realized that it turns like a goddamn semi-truck. It does not have very, very smooth turning controls. So, there's that.
Let's get it done snappy.
Let me put you out of your misery.
Hey, this looks pretty good.
I'll keep on. Show us what you got, Sena. Reverse wall. Gale slap.
Sidewinder.
Sidewinder.
Enemy's
broken away from me. I got something for you.
All figured out. Gonna blast them into next week.
Eunie, I'm asking you. Please work with me.
You are? You're supposed to be following me.
Go! Advance cooldown! Good going, Eunie!
This!
Enemy's broken away from me! Go!
Luminous illusion! You're free now! Giant creep! Strong now!
Punch your lights out!
Here! They broke away!
Sidewinder!
Sidewinder! Face me! Wow! This!
Gale slap!
Gotcha! Here, boy! Luminous illusion!
Time to win!
Wide slap!
Sidewinder, people pelting!
Just as lovely, Taion!
Flame!
Might be big, I have that one!
Good going, Eunie!
Creep! Run now! Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sena. You look great!
A new location.
Gonna blast them into next week.
I don't think we'll run into any issues.
Grenade!
Sparking me yet!
I'll patch you up. Just bear with me.
Advance cooldown!
Extended
Need you, Mia! Stay back for now!
Gotta face me. There's a point.
Dragon Tail!
Grenade!
Hey, no! Do that again for me! Get it done! Eunie, I'm asking you. Please work with me a little.
You what? You're supposed to be following me. Might be Smooth as always, Noah.
Sidewise, advance cooldown!
Broke away.
Demon Slayer! Come here! I got something for you! You're a lifesaver. White
Gotta face
flag!
me. Wow, this.
Go, heal bullet!
Energy grenade. Fire! Keep silent, Lisa.
Now I'm getting waves.
Overfire.
Go! Feeling good!
Luminous illusion.
Smooth
That's what you get.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it.
You think you're all that, do ya? My ulti's sorry about this.
Move it over, Alex. Demon Slayer! I see you! Cheeky! Advance! You think?
This'll keep me going. I got a weekend. They broke away.
Quick!
You gotta face me. Wow, thanks.
Demon Slayer!
Energy grenade! No, Alex in the back. Healing girl.
We can do this!
Oh, let's get it done, Snappy.
Let me put you out of your misery.
Nice move, Taion! Go!
Sidewinder! Extended slash! Here's something special for you! Illusion! Power ring! Wide slash! Shockwave!
Demon Slayer!
Energy grenade!
This is your weak point.
Sounds good to me!
Giant swing! Luminous illusion!
I want to surrender before we grind you into dust!
You want to
Unstoppable with you around, Sena.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Here we go, guys!
I'll follow your lead.
Gale! Blast!
Field wall!
Demon Slayer!
Sidewinder!
What?
What?
Sidewinder!
Luminous illusion!
So, this is your weak point.
Gotta face me! Wow!
Storm!
Energy grenade!
Sparking me yet!
Are you pissed? Sidewinder! Luminous illusion!
Supreme!
Downward slash!
Did you watch these drop my stuff?
All right, let's keep moving.
Topographical info updated.
Gonna blast them into next week.
Stay alert and alive.
What's the port covered?
Perfect. Advanced cooldown. Sidewinder.
Sidewinder!
Eye of the storm.
Keep up the pressure! Keep piling on the damage!
Great work.
So, this is your weak point.
Smooth as ever, Alex. Unstoppable with you around,
Come
Sena.
after me, and that's what you get. I'm the girl with the gall. Not to worry, just stick to the plan.
Gale Blast!
They broke away.
I see you!
Grenade!
Come here! I got something for you!
Thanks.
Ha! Go!
Luminous illusion!
Enemy's broken away from me!
Reverse blade! Gotta face me! Wow, thanks! Wide slap! They broke away! Gotta face me! Wow, thanks!
Reverse blade!
Alright!
Before we grind you into dust!
It's amazing!
Advanced
Overflow!
cooldown!
Too easy! Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
Let's get it done, Snappy.
Safest colonies with me on the job. Sidewinder!
Energy grenade!
Keep up the attack!
Hit 'em on smooth as always. Now you've got to face me.
Much appreciated.
Reversal edge!
Extended slash!
We've got the
I know
pin
just where it
down!
hurts the most.
Enemy's broken away
Another
from me!
knock on my
That
back.
was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier. You've got to face me.
Good going, Eunie!
Field wall!
Demon Slayer!
Get my ultimate free!
Advanced cooldown!
Slash! Luminous illusion! Wide slap!
Enemy's broken away from me!
You can disappoint!
Reversal edge!
Field wall!
Fucking me yet!
Quit being an idiot!
I need you,
Stay back. You're showing me up! Luminous illusion!
Gale Flash!
Lightning blade! Overflow!
We've got them pinned down! Feel that? Oh, yeah!
Things are feeling amazing! Thunder! Steel! That worked pretty good, hey, Taion?
It means there were no holes in my strategy.
Here we go, guys!
Let's give him the usual, Noah.
Gale Flash! Keep them coming!
Hey, you barely messed anything up
Keep on
today.
pelting.
Nice move,
I can
Taion!
handle this one.
Good going, Eunie!
Luminous illusion!
Eye of the storm!
Lightning blade!
I see you!
Your skills are so great. Right.
Enemy's broken away from me!
Overfall!
Come here! I got something for you!
Wow, thanks. My ultimate screen cooldown!
Remember
All figured out.
That was over way too soon!
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier. You gotta face me!
Good going, Eunie! Alright, keep it coming! You're on fire, Lanz!
Energy grenade! My ultimate screen!
Eye of the storm! Cooldown! Enemy's broken away from me! Wide
Gotta face me! You didn't disappoint!
Demon Slayer!
So, this is your weak point.
Smooth as ever, Alex!
I can handle this one.
Good going, Eunie! Right way! Wide flash! Wide flash! Gale flash! Heel flash!
Luminous illusion!
Demon Slayer!
Sometimes brute force is the answer.
Power of Ouroboros!
I'm not strong enough to punch your lights out! We're unstoppable with you around, Sena.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Shall we deal with this?
Gale flash! Shockwave!
Energy grenade! I can handle this one.
Good going, Eunie!
Here!
So, this is your weak point.
Whack! They broke away! Luminous illusion!
I'll keep up the attack!
Very attentive of you.
I see you!
Lightning blade! Gotta face me! Wow, thanks!
Eye of the storm!
They broke away!
So, this is your weak point.
Gotta face me! You didn't disappoint! This ain't my
We're
half of it.
unstoppable with you around, Sena.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Husks. Time for the Offseers to play their part.
This was a nice fight!
What kind of place is this?
So at first I thought this was a dead end, but then I noticed that there was a little pathway over there. So here I go to check the map. And what I see here is that this pathway is definitely leading us back to where we first entered Swordmarch, which is an area that we have not fully explored yet. So this is a great opportunity for me to kind of go through this area, get some CP, some class points, maybe a little bit of extra experience, and explore that area of the, I think it's called the No Wetlands or something like that. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing.
Come to uni.
This'll fetch a high price.
And there are a absolute shit ton of elites in this little valley here. So we're going to be fighting a few of them.
Go! Yeah! Storm!
Sidewind!
the way!
Up you get. Sorry for dragging you down. Building up.
Time to end.
Giant!
Supreme!
Sorry. You guys, I'll get you ship-shape in no time.
Dark Banner!
And my hand goes free.
We can do better yet! Go!
That's the most.
Nice move, Taion! Heal Demon Slayer! Feel that! Oh yeah!
You want some more?
Multi-blast!
Over half of it.
Time to end.
I feel the power! I need you, Mia!
Just like it should.
We can do this now!
Here, thunder.
Reversal! Unison!
I know just where it hurts the most.
You might want to surrender before we crush you to death!
The strength. It's amazing. All right. Things are getting
Demon
good.
Slayer!
Reverse!
Wide slash.
Spear point
Side
strike!
one!
Energy grenade.
Free!
Overfall.
Wide slash!
Break. Mighty thing.
So, this is your big
I'm getting the hang of this.
Good thing we found this.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
Enemy reinforcements.
Not bad. Drop your
Just where it hurts the most.
Good going, Eunie. Go! Enemy's broken away from me. I got something for you.
Wow, thanks. Face me. Wow, thanks. You're in free now.
I'll help you.
Keep on pelting them.
Just as planned, eh, Taion?
Appreciate it.
Fish!
I want to surrender.
You can do this.
Before we drive you into
I'll give
death.
it some love. Here, everyone healed up. No complaints.
much appreciated.
Wide slash!
It feels so much better.
I know. It's really good. You heard Mia. All right now, Mia.
Sorry, put you out.
Side one!
Oh, go home. Stabbing. All figured out. That all went pretty good, eh, Taion?
It means there were no holes in my strategy.
Oh, that's a rare one.
This was a nice find.
They're on us. Orders?
Gale, come here! I got something for you. I'll keep up the
Way
attack.
out there, Lanz.
I see
Side
you.
one!
Power
Attack.
Mighty thing.
Wide slash!
I know just where it hurts the most.
Nice move, Taion.
Overfall.
Side one!
Demon Slayer! Before we grind you into dust!
Strength. It's amazing. Half of it.
Time to end. Little stream!
Go! Wide slash!
Overfall.
Side one!
My ultimate
Demon Slayer!
There's a knot on my belt.
Silly.
What were they gonna do? Make me yawn myself to death?
Gotcha. I'll draw the reinforcements.
I'll deal with you all at once!
New enemy, be careful.
Want to tussle? Oh, we can tussle! Hey, that's not your everyday
Here we
jump.
go, guys. Acknowledged. Assuming combat position.
Shield wall!
Go!
This one!
Good going, Eunie.
They broke away! Luminous illusion! Break!
I see you.
Might keeping! What makes me? Wow, think!
White flash.
Dark white flash!
Someone is sparking me yet.
I'll punch you up! Bear with me! Shield wall! Luminous illusion! Things are building up!
Music to the map!
Here, big!
Find one.
Spear point thrust!
Demon Slayer. Break. Good going, Eunie. We're unstoppable with you around, Sena.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Enemy reinforcements.
Gale!
They broke away. Mighty
Demon Slayer!
Me.
Perfect time. Reversal edge.
Luminous illusion. Extended. Broke away.
Go! Eye of the storm!
I'll help you. Reversal edge.
Mighty fish. What makes me? Wow, think. Dark luminous illusion.
Reversal edge.
Energy grenade.
I'll help you.
Break. Spear point thrust. Run for it now.
Let's show them.
Feel it in my bones.
Feel the power.
Yeah, feels just like it should.
Break. Advance cooldown.
Great way, strong now.
Punch your lights out!
Heal bullet.
Sidewinder. Right, keep the shield wall. Everyone healed up? No complaints? Cheers, you're a gem. Sword of Valor. Spear point thrust. So, this is what we do. What a joy.
Eunie. This can't be happening.
Flash! Luminous illusion!
On your feet now, Eunie.
Too right, can't you see that?
Time to win out the big gun! USA!
Showtime! What's an inspection? Radiant break! Break! No, you're in free
Reversal
now!
edge.
Luminous illusion!
Find one.
Things are building up!
Time to end this.
Radiant break! Do it, Taion! Gonna knock you into next week! Typhoon field! Into the sanctuary! Lightning arrow! Overfall! Luminous illusion! Break! Yeah! Time to really go here! It's building up! Split up and watch!
Okay, this is a great opportunity for me to point out something that I'm going to learn in the next episode, but that I can talk about now. So you notice that I just used an order with Alexandria. And when we finish this, you're going to notice that over there on the right-hand side, you see how we have our chain link bar, and it's completely full right now, right? This is something that I've never noticed, and it's been something that's been bothering me. I have not been able to figure out when and why I'm able to sometimes get 3 chains versus 4 chains. And the key factor to this is actually the chain orders. And it turns out that whenever you use a chain order from your main party, it's going to remove, after you use it, 1/3 of your chain gauge. And once you get down to 0, the chain ends. I didn't realize that this was something that was happening. I guess I just didn't notice that chain gauge over there was going down every time we did a chain order. But this is what factors into that. So in other words, during your first 3, you have to get your hero's chain in there somewhere. If you don't, you won't be able to get that 4th chain attack. So I wanted to point that out now because there's going to be a couple of chains in the future that we are going to completely fail to get this on. and it was driving me up the wall because the game still hadn't told me what was going on here. So now at this point, it's gone down by a third because we've selected our first chain order that is from our main party, and it'll continue to go down, but now we are capable of getting to our fourth chain attack in this chain. In this chain. So I just wanted to point that out because it's going to take me a little bit longer to figure that out, and it was really driving me up the wall. Now the thing is that the game didn't really tell us this in any of the tutorials, and I'm gonna talk about it later in the next episode. But the reason for that might be because some of the tutorials aren't actually shown to you just like in standard gameplay. They add a whole bunch of extra tips in the menus that aren't necessarily shown to you in standard tutorials, and that information might be in there, but I don't know that for sure. I ended up having to look this up online because there's not a good way for us to see which tutorials we have and have not been presented through normal gameplay. If there was a way to do that, I would go through all of the new ones that weren't presented to us already, but there's not a good way to do that, to find out which ones we have and haven't gone through, and they're really long lists, so they didn't exactly make it easy for you to do that, unfortunately. But I wanted to point that out to you now, so that if you guys were wondering the same thing and if it was driving you up the wall, you would know. Some of you already knew this and you've been annoyed at me for not being able to figure it out, but I had to look it up online. I honestly didn't notice that chain gauge over on the right was, ticking down each time we chose a chain, one of the chain orders. Maybe that just means I'm unobservant, I don't know, but that's just the way it is. I didn't notice, so...
You know what we've got to do. Allow Here's the finisher. Luminous illusion. One more for the road. I'm going full set. Try this on. You watching? Sleep tight.
Finally got the right trap.
Getting kind of hungry here.
Where better to monitor the battle than on healing duty? Leave the enemies to me. your service.
Just part of the protocol, innit? Come to Eunie.
Okay, well, we're doing this.
It's okay.
Piling on the damage.
Show us what you got, Sena.
Energy grenade. Very attentive of you.
Come here. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver. Gale, hurrah! People helping.
They broke away.
Cross impact.
Got face me. Wow. Get ready.
Eye of the storm. Rapid shot. Giant
I
ball.
can handle this
I
one.
must good going, Eunie. For you.
This'll keep me going.
Crushing rain. We can do this. Healing is also crucial.
Woo! That was spectacular. I'll keep us safe from harm.
And I was the MVP. You were all thinking it. Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
Oh. Seems we have a way forward.
Looks like it's gonna rain.
Come to Eunie. Gonna blast them into next week.
Let's end this quick.
Demon Slayer!
Energy grenade! I can handle this one.
It's going, Eunie.
Enemy's broken away from me.
Here, eyes over here.
A big help you need.
Demon Slayer!
Way. I got this.
Keep it up, Neo.
I gotta push through this.
Now we're doing things. Oh,
How? We can do this.
feel it in my bones. Sorry.
So this is going to be one of the chain attacks of like maybe 3 or 4 in a row where I only get 3 chains. And this is what led me to finally look it up again. I looked up these websites multiple times, these guides for these chain attacks, and in general, most of them just give you the basics, the early game sort of understanding of chain attacks. There aren't that many that were super in-depth, but I do end up finding one that is incredibly in-depth and was the only one out of like 5 different websites that I read that was actually helpful and finally gave me the answer to this, and that was a website I never heard of, gamewith.net. I found a guide on that, and it was really, really robust. It gave us a different section for early game, after Chapter 4, and some other ones. And basically, it kind of just laid out the different things and the different things that would help you at different points in the game when you had, different abilities during chain attacks, right? Because at some point you get access to Ouroboros, etc., etc. So it went through the whole list, and it was the only one that I found to be actually useful. So kudos to gamewith.net, which I've never heard of before, but thank you for finally giving me the information I'd been looking for, because it's not for lack of trying. I tried multiple times in between episodes at different times, and I couldn't figure it out, and then I tried to figure it out myself, and just couldn't do it because I'm dumb. All I had to do was look over at that chain gauge going down. Of course, then it would have taken me another like 40 hours to figure out what was causing the chain gauge to go down. But yeah, I'm not always the most observant, but that's okay. We got there.
Observe my strategy.
Leave it to Eunie.
This I'll make it. I'll lead. I'll follow your lead. Here I go. Keep hitting hard. Take this.
You don't mess with us. You just don't.
Well, what did you think would happen?
Ow! Looks like a pretty rare. Let's get something snappy. I'm ready. Let's do it.
No, no, no. Good going, Eunie. Keep it up, Leo. Pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Taion?
We can't leave it like this. Gonna blast them into next week.
Don't worry, I'll handle it. No rock. Keep it up, Leo. Eye of the storm. Go. Saying power. Landslide.
Face me. Wow, energy grenade. They broke away. Crush.
Crushing rain!
Demon Slayer!
Fire fall! Feeling good! No, no, no! Good going, Eunie!
Energy Reaction!
Demon Slayer!
Break! Overfall!
No way to lose!
Thanks for the support!
Demon Slayer! Landslide!
Break!
That's the weak point!
Very attentive of you.
Let's turn it up to 11!
Are you prepared? Time for the full credit!
Perfect time.
Now we can finish them anytime you want! Deadly Twister! How's that? Power of Furmore!
Punch your lights out!
Deadly Twister!
Demon Slayer!
Gonna smash you in! I might have the answer!
This should be I'll make this! I'll lead!
You're in for it now! Dish out as much as I can!
Here I go! Again! Take this! I have a response to every move. All right.
I get first dibs! I can follow that up!
Here I go! Let's bring it home! Ah! Check out what I've got in mind. Alright, coming right up! I'll take point. I'll follow your lead!
Here's the finisher!
We can go all night! I got you in my sight!
You don't mess with us! You just don't!
Well, what did you think would happen?
Good thing we found this.
Huh? Is that?
Well, well. I think this should prove useful.
This should prove useful later.
Oh, look at that.
like a rare thing?
Come to Eunie.
Oh, that's a rare one.
So at this point, I figured that since I was in the vicinity of this, I may as well trigger whatever this was and see where it led. You. It's Mizuki again. Don't worry, we're Ouroboros, right? You brought back everyone's belongings. I was at the Remembrance Stones then. So then the person you were mourning, you brought his memory home. I'll always be grateful to you for that. I'm going to have to rely on your help a little more. Could you give the captain up ahead a hand? Seems like monsters are really slowing down the retrieval. Understood. We'll do what we can. Are you all fine then? Yeah, not to worry. We're 5 by 5. We'll be taking every last bit of plunder back to the city. This wreckage, it's like a treasure trove for us. Can't be wasting a single bit. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, you remember the keepsakes you brought back? I had a friend, you. I see that wreckage and I just can't help but think about the folks who died there. We should be grateful for everything left here. That's a feeling I understand well.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Alright, we're not going to continue down this quest line, but since I was here, may as well trigger it, right? So, that's what I did. And at this point, I believe that we have completely explored this area, and so I'm looking at where I might be able to teleport back. And the nice thing is that we can teleport right to where the boat is. We cannot teleport onto the boat, unfortunately. That was something that I tried right there, but you cannot do it. But luckily, a lot of the places that you disembark on your boat will have teleport locations close to them, so that's nice. But at this point, we need to end this episode, so thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. I'd like to give a very special shout out to my patron supporters, Darren York, ZTD, 7th Son, Len, Knife Namaste, Kyle the Monarch, Andrew Smith, and Jordan and Emily Hill. If you would also like to join this tier or any others, check out my memberships or my Patreon in the description down below.